Here's something intuition won't tell you. The visceral Porsche 911 GT3 with the touring package, which mandates a manual transmission and supplants the standard GT3's freestanding rear wing with the form of the less effective variable spoiler fitted to most of the 911 way, is actually slower than the big wing vehicle, despite the 221-pound difference in downforce at their respective top speeds. The GT3 Touring, with its retractable spoiler, is less slippery and is therefore slightly slower. The top speed difference doesn't matter, 199 versus 196 miles per hour, but the downforce might if you're on a racetrack. However, if you drive your 911 on the street more often than around the route, it's likely that the benefits of not having the wing not immediately being identified as a wanker by fellow motorists and improved rearward visibility are more valuable than the downforce anyway. But that is something merely you can decide, because settlement, as Porsche formerly famously said on a 911 promotional sign, is for legislators, or at the least it used to be. It's worth mentioning here that the 6-speed manual transmission and the spoiler are the only meaningful differences between a touring-equipped and high-standards GT3. The latter is available with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic or the same 6-speed manual. Overall gearing changes are minuscule, a mechanical limited-slip differential, Porsche-to-work vectoring, and 20-inch rotations are still included. Black leather supplants micro-suede in much of the interior, while cloth bench hubs solidly locate the driver and passenger. There is no back seat in this 911. Fellow at the 911 are at a fat discount. Although the GT3 is available new, the ship has sailed on the 2016 911R, the limited edition simulation initially priced at $185,950 that promptly filmed to up to 5 times that amount on the aftermarket. But we digress. The feeling of the GT3 persists. Its naturally aspirated 500 HP 4.0-liter flat-six touring package vehicles can be ordered with carbon ceramic brake rotors, the front axle heave system, and most of the 911's outsized listing of options. Among the few options you can't get with the Touring is the Club Sport package, which includes a wheel cage but isn't offered in the United States anyway. When it comes to road driving, the Touring isn't discernibly different from the standard GT3, a vehicle we drove last spring. It remains a red line punishing mainline injection of adrenaline for which we're not receiving substitute. Another word Porsche has been known to toss around. Look carefully and you'll see that the GT3's variable spoiler isn't exactly the same as the one found on a humdrum 911 Carrera. Fitted to its rearmost line is a gurney flap pressed to sole that helps the overall effectiveness. In addition, the variable spoiler's deployed angle is increased from 15 degrees on the Carrera Coupe to 20 degrees on the GT3 Touring. Those top speed downforce numbers, because we know you attention, are as follows: GT3 Touring, 110 pounds, GT3, 331 pounds. And although the downforce delta at warp speeding is significant, that breech flinches at very low velocities, such that at 120 miles per hour. And how much hour do you spend there? Truly, the GT3 Touring builds 44 pounds of downforce versus the Bond model's 132. For comparing, high standards 911 Carrera at its 183 mile per hour top speed raises a small amount of heave. The GT3 Touring's spoiler invokes automatically at 75 miles per hour and retracts at 50 miles per hour. It can be raised manually employing a button on the center console, supposedly for scavenging, but more often deployed by those opting to wear a door cap for a while. All of this is the long way of went on to say that the GT3 Touring is a discrete GT3 one loaded with sub-triple-digit thrills equal to those delivered by its more track-oriented sibling. If the tedium of Porsche price hikes has grown old for you, here's something as rare as watching fairies made. Porsche isn't asking a payment for the Touring. It exists as a zero-cost alternative and a $146,350 manual-equipped GT3. Dual-clutch-equipped GT3s have a cheaper gas guzzler tariff, so the effective alternative rate is $700. Expect to assure both forms and showrooms this spring. Contact your friendliest dealer immediately if you hope to get one at anything near sticker price.